Welcome in and welcome back to Universal Thoughts. It's Shaikita, and we're about to get into Aquarius reading. Now, when I was getting y'all energy together in the cards, the song that came up was Destiny's Child, Is She the Reason? And I was like, damn, this is fucked up. Especially since I just did a nice ass reading for Capricorn about finding love and being in love and new love and courage and all this shit, and then I go straight into y'all with "Is she the reason you don't call like you used to?" Like, what's going on with Aquarius for the rest of July? But I was like, damn, that was the whole energy change right there. Like, that was crazy. The rest of July. Because I was feeling like you didn't want to say nothing for a minute. Success. I know that there is no greater goal than to live. It's like you had to think of something to put out because your thoughts are everywhere right now. I feel like you feel scrambled because what you thought was isn't. So I'm feeling like this success is basically you coming to terms with the situation that you was in denial of. You known for a long time that the situation what it appeared to be, but you did not want to listen to that. You didn't want to listen to it until you had no choice but to. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. And then what's pushing those is change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. You didn't want to let this situation go. And now you're forced to because you saw something that you can't unsee. And you've been seeing it for a while, but this time it was undeniable that there was no coming back from what's happening. What's going on with Aquarius the rest of July? Imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. That's you. You're coming out of denial, and wow, that's funny because it says freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. You're coming out of denial. When I saw imagination, it made me think of like illusion or like a delusion. You was living in a delusion, then denial popped out, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. What's pushing those is self-esteem. I possess the gift of the soul that benefits me and others. So I feel like this is about a breakup. I think that's evident. This is about a breakup. A breakup that you knew was coming, but you tried to ignore. I feel like when you noticed the signs of them drifting apart, that's when you went into overdrive trying to be everything that they want so they would stay interested, but it just wasn't matching up. It wasn't going where you wanted to go. And you really started to lose yourself because you're just like, what is it about me that you don't see like you do in this other person? So it started to mess with your self-esteem. You really had to like take a hard look at yourself. Like full moon completion. I'm feeling like that's confirming what I was just saying. Like, you realize that, not even just confirming my shit, but this is the end, and you have to accept that. Love and compassion is pushing full moon completion. Like, that is done, and you're learning to accept that. Winter solstice, reflection. And I just said you had to take a hard look at yourself. Because you had to realize, like, okay, I'm going out of my character trying to get this person that I clearly see that I cannot get. I should have made that higher. I'm gonna do that next time. I just threw this together because I didn't feel like getting dressed and tired. But yeah, you're realizing that you're better than this, and there's other people out there. You don't have to keep trying to change yourself to fit this person's mold when you're bigger than this. If they don't want you, it's okay. Because someone will. You just got to take this situation as a lesson. Cave, sanctuary, and then new moon, promise. And it is the new moon tonight. So you have change happening here. Now, like I said, a breakup is happening. That's inevitable. Dreamtime creation. But it's how you handle this shit. You don't have to let it bring you down. You can take this as a rebirth to start over, to actually be you. You have annual equinox release. I feel like you've been trying to be this person's ideal woman that you lost, the woman that you really are, like who you are yourself. So right now, this is the time to find yourself. You have Green Man synergy. And that's basically telling me how you've been ignoring the signs and they all been in your face. You haven't been listening to yourself. You've been ignoring yourself. What's pushing those is ego communion. Yourself been telling you this a long time and you've just been ignoring it. I don't know if it's because you don't want to be lonely, or maybe they're financially stable and you felt secure. But that's no way to disrespect yourself and degrade yourself in the way that you've been doing, trying to keep this person. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. I feel like a long, hard talk is about to come up. Step out of your comfort zone. North Node. Yeah. This is a breakup. A hard discussion is about to happen, and you're not going to like this conversation or how it goes. Yeah, this is a breakup. A win-win outcome. The full moon in Libra is pushing those. And it's a win-win because this really is a win for both of y'all. Because that person get to go basically where their heart desires. And you get to find yourself again. And then finally be able to go where your heart desires. Because you're not thinking from your heart. You're thinking from your ego. And that's why this wasn't going to work. Because it didn't start off as love. It just turned into that. It wasn't... you didn't have that interest at first. And this is why I'm feeling like a karma. Nothing will come of this situation. Void, of course, new moon. I'm feeling like this is a karma, like your karma in a sense. You should probably look up your past lives. Show the world the real you. That's what's pushing. Nothing will come to this. Because you're not being yourself. You're being what this person wants. And as you're realizing it's not going to work because you are not who they want these things from. And you're learning that that's okay. Now you are, because you wasn't at first. You was not at first, but now you are, because you're... Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. And what I was just saying, you're now realizing that that is okay. Because, again, you get to recreate yourself now. You learn some things from this situation. You get to take what you like and what you don't like and apply it to a new life. And then in that new life, you get what you naturally deserve, what your heart truly desires, not what your ego is lusting. What's going on with Aquarius? The rest of July. What's pushing that is hold your vision. So you can still do stuff that you thought of with this person. You thought of it for it to be done, of course, but that don't mean you thought of it to be done with them. They just help you. They just help spark something in you. So now you take what was sparked and you finish lighting it with someone else. It's passing the torch. And that is A-okay. There is nothing wrong with that. 2, schizophrenia. So that's basically telling me that this breakup is leading you. This was your false same soul, aka twin flame. This is what this is telling me. This was your false twin flame, your false same soul. So with this situation, you're about to encounter yours now. You're about to come into your same soul. This is all that is happening. This is like, so you can't think of this as something happening to you. This is happening for you because you're now traveling. 8. You're moving on to a higher perspective. You're moving on to a higher learning. You're about to encounter your your soul, the rest of you. So you really cannot get mad at this situation. I feel like this is actually pretty dope for you, because now you actually get to experience what it really is you thought that you were in. You realizing that it's not, because if this was a real same soul situation, you wouldn't feel the way that you feel now. It wouldn't go this way. Loneliness. And that's how you've been feeling. You wouldn't feel lonely in the same soul connection. Because even when y'all not around each other, y'all always together. Y'all are always in communication. Y'all don't need a phone to talk. And if you don't have that, then you should know that this is not your same soul. When you think of doing stuff, if this person isn't the one that comes to your mind, if you still don't see who it is in your thoughts, then you should know that that's not the person that's for you. You're just trying to put them there because that's who's there in the physical. Playfulness. But what came first was guilt, and I feel like I needed to show this first. And this is 8, so you should look that up. But you have guilt. I feel like you knew that already. And the person that you were with, you knew that they actually encountered theirs. But you try to convince them that that's not true because you wanted everything that was happening in their situation. So this is your karma. Because after saying that, seeing playfulness, it just said in my head, congratulations, you played yourself. But you cannot get mad at this. You cannot get mad. You just got to take your L and move forward, because you're really about to encounter the real thing. So now you want to see if you can handle this situation for real. You played so much. You got to realize, you got to be careful what you speak. You got to be careful what you wish for. You got to be careful what you ask for, because you're going to get it. Now you're going to see if you can handle the same shit that a real flame was in, or a real same soul was in, and you got in the way of. You're about to get your karma. You really need to look up your past lives. You really need to look up what happened to you in your past lives, because I'm feeling like you've encountered a lot of situations like this where you actually started to like people, or you've used people, and then the people that you use you end up liking and then they disappear, or you actually like them off the rip and then they just disappear on you or just move on to the next or something. You need to find out your past life. Now this isn't for everybody, so take what resonates. But you need to figure out what was your past life and what all did you do, so you can find out your karma, because I really feel like this is your karma. So you need to learn something, and I feel like you didn't learn it yet. Trust. And I say yet because you're about to. You're learning it now, especially since you're about to run into the same you. You're about to run into yourself. So you're about to see if you can handle who you are for real. The master. Like, your same soul is coming, okay? You've been asking for them. Okay. Rebirth. What I just said in the beginning. You're about to experience a rebirth. You're about to come into union with your same soul. So you're about to really see if you can handle this shit. You probably was talking shit about the person on the low. And what's pushing those is nothingness. And that's basically telling me, when you get into a space when you feel nothing and your heart is able to expand and you really get into deep into yourself and you start listening to yourself and you find your same soul, that's when you're going to find your same soul. I fucked that up. After you do all of that, you're going to find your same soul. There you go. But real shit though, this is crazy. This is a crazy ass reading. I can tell you that shit. But you're walking out of a breakup just to head into a union. So prepare yourself, Aquarius, because you're about to get what you've been asking for. You're about to get what you was in the way of. And I want to hear about it. Alright, y'all, that's all I got. I'm about to go to bed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe to the tribe, share if you didn't care, because it's all love over here. We just want to spread that shit. Feel free to look on the page for more content, because there's more on there, and there's also more to come. If you're not fucking with it, it's A-okay. I think you've been stopping by anyway. Later.